Hey all, here OS Reviews. Today we're taking a quick look at the Haylou BC01s. These are a pair of wireless Bluetooth bone conduction headphones. It's a first for this ecosystem brand of Xiaomi, and they sell for around 75 bucks when on sale, which is competitive, but also a little bit more than the standard TWS wireless buds, like the GT1 series, which goes for under 20 bucks and offers, again, very clean design. But this is definitely going for a different crowd, folks that want something that has more of an open design to it, getting you that spatial awareness if you're outdoors and you want to be aware of what's going on while you're exercising or talking to someone, but still listen to some of that music. They're IP67, so should be splash proof and rain proof, and they do support Bluetooth 5.2 with Qualcomm's 3044, so these will support aptX codec in addition to SBC and AAC, which is good. And the battery life on these are rated to last around 8 to 10 hours on a full charge, which is also about average as far as these bone conduction headphones are concerned, but it's not quite as long as those wireless TWS buds because those can be topped up using a battery case, which something like this will have to emit. With that being said, it does have quick charging via the magnetic proprietary adapter here, so about 10 minutes of charge is rated to get you up to 2 hours of continuous music listening. But it's going to be the opposite of something like active noise cancellation. If you want to be completely immersed in your own world as you're listening to music, these are not going to be the ones for you. Similarly, if you're a constant traveler going on planes or just want to reduce the sound of engine noises, that's again not something that this bone conduction style in general will work well. But again, if you are more of a sports enthusiast, that is where these might shine a bit more. We've got some accessories, including a quick start guide. Here is the aforementioned magnetic pogo charger, which will attach to the bottom of the headphones like this, and it works pretty well in terms of staying in place, although again it is a proprietary cable like smartwatches, which means if you lose this, you're kind of out of luck. So part of me, although I do like magnetic designs, would like to see maybe another option for USB Type-C, something universal that can be easily replaceable. Now you also get, interestingly, a pair of foam ear plugs. So again, if you do want to cover everything up, technically you can still do that because the sound is still passing through using the vibrations. Alright, so taking a closer look at the design here, it is relatively simple. It's just coated out the soft touch rubber material, but it's going to be sweat resistant, and the frame here is actually constructed out of titanium. So it does feel pretty sturdy. Otherwise, we have just the Haylou logo. The front here is the play and pause key that you can also use to trigger things like the voice assistant. Microphone, by the way, is located here on the edge. Of course, this is where your ear would kind of go over. And then on the bottom is where we have the charging port. There is the volume up and down keys. The plus key, by the way, also serves double duty as the power button, which you can press on for a few seconds to turn it on. In fact, if we do that, you'll see it start to flash. It'll also tell you the battery percentage if it's high, medium, or low when it's first turning on. So now moving into the audio quality and performance next, I would say compared to other bone conduction headphones that we've seen in the past, they overall offer very clean sound. That is definitely due to the Qualcomm chip, so connectivity was never an issue. I was able to walk around, never got disconnected from my phone, there was no real static or hiss to speak of. Very clean sounding, especially with mids and trebles. They didn't feel too piercing or shrill, but at the same time pleasant for things like instrumentals and vocals all sounded quite clear. That was surprising for, again, tech that doesn't plug directly into your ears. You do have that very comfortable experience. The downside, though, is like most bone conduction headphones, it has definitely low bass compared to regular in-ear styles. And that's just because fit is so important when it comes to these smaller headphones in order to ensure that you get more of a punch in terms of lower frequencies. So if you are a bass head, this may not really do the trick for you, but you do still feel a little bit of that vibration and impact that it's trying to simulate. Still, I'd say that is the norm for this type of category as a whole, but overall still clear enough and still packs a good energetic beat that for the most part I still felt like they were comfortable, enjoyable to listen to, and good enough, honestly, for things like working out. One other thing that's worth keeping in mind is this type of technology really does vibrate whenever it's hitting a surface. So if we put it down now while it's playing music, you'll kind of hear that as we crank up the volume a little bit. And it even tries to kind of rattle a little bit on the table. When you lift it up in the air, it's a little bit better, but still if you're at a maximum volume level and someone is sitting right next to you, you can still hear a little bit of that because the technology here at the end of the day, it still is having a driver or a speaker that is underneath here. And it's not to the extent where if you're on a subway, someone next to you can hear it. So when there is a little bit of background chatter and city noise around, it doesn't become too easy to really pick up what someone is listening to, but just keep in mind that it's not going to be 100% silent. The fit and ergonomics, as aforementioned, are also top-notch here because of how lightweight and comfortable these silicone bands are. Even though they're stiff, they hold the weight really well. I could wear them for the full several-hour session without really noticing too much stress or strain. We're good for things like movement, jogging, running, and still stayed in place. So overall, that is more or less it as far as our quick hands-on review of this new Haylou BC01s. Again, these are the newest pair of wireless headphones from Haylou, and they are venturing out now into just more form factors outside of the traditional TWS style. This is a welcome addition to their catalog, albeit I wouldn't say it necessarily delivers anything that we haven't seen before in terms of feature set, but sound quality for this type of bone conduction tech is quite good. It is indeed very clean, well constructed, so if all you're looking for is just a pair that is reliable, and again designed to let in a little bit more noise for you to be aware of what's going on, I think that this is worth a closer look if you're after one of these bone conduction pairs. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews. That's been the BC01.